Hey guys, I'm Jill Powell and I have my friend Jenna here today and we did this beautiful purple glittery look. So if you want to learn how to do a New Year's Eve glam or holiday party glam, stay tuned for my tips and tricks. Okay, so today we are going to do like a fun holiday glam. You can use this for New Year's Eve, you can use this for a night on the town, a holiday party, anywhere where you want to add a little bit of glitter, a little bit of glam in your life. And I'm going to teach you some fun tricks so that you can know how to utilize glitter and make it look good. So I always start out with a primer. I believe primer is so important. I'm a huge fan of these paint pots by MAC. This one's Painterly. I also use soft ochre a lot. I use any of the, like I love a Cinema Secrets primer, pretty much anything, just to make the eyeshadows stick, make them stay. The pigment comes out a lot stronger, and honestly, they last all day. There's nothing worse than having like your eyeshadow crease by the end of the day. You worked so hard on it in the morning, so you want it to last. So a little bit of primer all over, and then I'm gonna teach you a trick. So I like to do like an eye contour. And I usually use an eyeshadow, but you can also use a bronzer. So this is the same bronzer that she has on her complexion. This is the Sheer Laguna bronzer by NARS. And I'm just using like a nice fluffy brush. This one's by Violet Voss. So something that's just kind of creating a little bit of dimension on her eyes. But what happens is when you use bronzer, especially if it's the bronzer you used on the rest of your face, it just adds like a nice cohesion to everything and pulls everything together. And some people don't have this like perfect, crease blending color. So a lot of people have a bronzer, so you can use your bronzer at home. So just really, really light, just to create some definition on the eyes. I like to go like right into the orbital bone in the eye socket, just to create some definition. I'm also going to use the same palette just for fun and pop a little of this highlight just right under the arch of the brow. Now for this look, I want to really make her lids pop. She's got such a beautiful eye shape. Like honestly, she doesn't even need eyeshadow. She doesn't need correction of any sort. So I can pretty much just have fun with it. I haven't totally decided on everything, so I'm gonna kind of build and kind of see where it's going. So this is a NARS palette. This is one of the limited edition NARS palettes. It's called Queen of the Night, and I'm gonna use some of these purple shades. I'm gonna start with this kind of violet-y purple, and we're gonna start on the outside of the lid. And I'm going kind of right into her crease. This is also acting a little bit as like a blending color. But I want to just slowly build the purple. So the brush I'm using, this one's by Smith. It's the 247. And I'm just slowly building some definition and some color into the crease. Now I want to give it even more definition, so I'm going to go in with, I'm going to change it up. Make it fun. Pulling out the big guns. This is the Natasha Denona palette. Yeah, the Natasha Denona palette. I can't remember which one this is called, and it doesn't really say it on here. So I'm going to add this really vibrant purple, and if you notice, I touched it one time, and this brush is like a lot of color. So this one I want to be really specific, like, holy cow, do you see how much pigment? Like, I touched it once and touched it once. That's like the brightest purple I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when you're working with really pigmented shadows, it is so important to get your placement correct, and wherever you touch the brush first is where all the color gets dropped off. So if you noticed, I started on the outside of her lid right here, because that's normally where you want a lot of depth. And then I'm slowly building it. If I would have started right here, it would have been a major fail. You would have had to blend, just to try to get that blob right there gone. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty. Talk about pigmented. Why have I not used this color before? Okay, this is gonna be a fun look. So I'm just going to build this, and if you notice, I'm kind of like sticking the brush in and doing like small circular motions. I'm not lifting the brush though, so I'm just basically like sweeping it, and then I'm gonna slowly pull a little bit out. Her brow extends so she can handle that swept out eyeshadow look. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but she can handle a little extension. And then open for me. Oh my gosh, this color. I mean, we may as well just go in and keep intensifying it. So I'm just going little by little, but really, this color is everything. I'm gonna also kind of carve out her crease because we're gonna add some glitter later, so it might even end up being a little bit of a cut crease, just for fun. I'm gonna carve out a little bit there. Okay, so I have done that purple on both sides, and that Natasha Denona color is everything. Oh my gosh. So now I want to give it some depth because I know I'm gonna go back in with glitter. This one is an Anastasia palette. I'm using the color Big Wig. It's just a deeper purple. So I'm gonna see how it looks and if it gives me the definition that I'm looking for. But if you notice, I'm going basically light to dark. So I started with that lighter kind of pink. Well, first I started with the bronzer. Then I did that kind of pinky purple, that lilac color. Then I did this beautiful like violet color. And now I'm going in with like a darker purple. And I'm just creating dimension and depth so that when we add the glitter, there's still some depth, that we don't lose everything. I'm gonna turn this way just slightly. Okay, so I just added a little bit of depth right into her crease just to create a little more definition, but not take away that beautiful violet color that we have going on. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of black, and then we're gonna go in with the glitter. Any black shadow will work. This one's by Pat McGrath. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of black on the outside corners, creating some depth there, and then kind of in that lower crease, just intensifying. And then open. Yeah. So a little bit in that outside corner, and then just keeping it nice and low. I don't want to take away that purple, but I want to create that dimension. Okay, so since this is going to be like a super glam look with some glitter, I want to create like a cut crease. I'm not a huge cut crease person in my everyday life. I don't really do it on a lot of my clients, but when you're doing glitter, it does really make it look pretty amazing. So this one is the P. Louise base, and this is what everyone on YouTube uses, so I went ahead and bought it. But you can use like a concealer, you can use anything that just kind of has a lot of pigment to it. And I'm just going to cut her crease out. So I'm using like a flat synthetic brush, and I like to really work this product and kind of get exactly where I want it to be. So I'm basically, it almost acts like an eraser. Do you see how that just like takes away all of that? So this is going to be kind of my map of where my glitter's gonna go. So you wanna be really precise and make sure that that is where you want it. I'm cutting all of that, and then I'm gonna leave a lot of that. Okay, so with that P. Louise base, we basically like whited out her lid. You can add translucent powder right here. You can add anything because I'm gonna go in with a loose glitter. So I could also add like a lighter shadow. This loose glitter is like a bright silvery color. So just for fun, let's add a bright silvery shadow there. So I'm gonna use that same flat brush, and this one's like really glittery. So I just wanna be careful of fallout. And I'm just gonna press this on the lid. See, I'm tapping off a lot because I don't want it to fall. But I'm also being really specific with that cut crease portion. And this will just make it look really strong. And then I'm gonna blend it in so that we have a nice transition there. Get this inner corner. Okay, so now we have that bright silver shadow and we are gonna add even more bling. I don't know if you're ready for this. So these are the Stila, what are they called? Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows. I love these because glitter is so much fun, but it gets everywhere. So this is my secret weapon to doing glitter shadows that don't get everywhere. I mean, look at that sparkle. It's so amazing. So New Year's is the time, holidays the time to wear that glitter proudly. So this is your chance during the year where you can look all blinged out for fun. I mean, that just like pops. It's so crazy. So this is a liquid shadow. So you do want it to dry so that it doesn't transfer. So as Jen is keeping her eyes closed, that's exactly what she should be doing. And I'm just adding this right over the top. You could do this over, again, like I said, you know, a translucent powder. So basically like a skin tone. And you're still gonna get a nice pop, but just over this silver shadow, it just makes it even more intense. And I'm just kind of softly sweeping it so that that silver just blends into the outside colors that we have. And while she has her eyes closed, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a little bit of mascara. Jenna has the most thick, gorgeous, long, luscious lashes. So jealous. Lash dreams right here. So I'm gonna use, this one's the Kat Von D, I think it's called Go Big or Go Home. Yeah. And it's just a really beautiful, volumizing, lengthening mascara. Not that Jenna needs any of that, but who doesn't love big, long lashes, so. Okay, so I went ahead and did a couple things off camera. I added top eyeliner. I just used the Inglot gel liner. We did black pencil in the waterline. I used the Sephora waterproof pencil. And then I took those purple shadows from the top, the Natasha Denona one, and I kind of smudged it into her lower lash line and added a little bit of black shadow on the outsides. And that's creating this really beautiful black smoky eye to go and kind of contrast against that bright glitter. We added a little bit of mascara and brushed her brows up. I have nothing in her brows. She's just naturally blessed. So I just brushed them up, and she does fill them in sometimes, so we could do a tiny bit of a brow pencil just to really clean everything. But honestly, she's got great lashes. We could do a little bit of like a pair of lashes to really step this up, and I may or may not add it on, we'll see. But this is pretty much the final look. So you can see she's got kind of a cut crease, that bright glitter on the lid, some color in the crease. And again, you can do this with any colors. You could do it with smoky eye, you could do it with browns, whatever you want. Your glitter can be gold if you want to keep it more natural, but we play with a little color and a little fun. So I hope you enjoyed this look and go out and party. Thanks again for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next. All of the products used in my video are also linked below. And if you want to see more, follow me anywhere at Jill Powell Glam. Thanks again.